Guys, we're just gonna jump right into this project. This Audi R8 came in back in the end of May. Customer had a whole bunch of oil leaks, valve cover, the sump, the upper oil pan, whole bunch of other gaskets were leaking. We gave him a quote. Pretty much this is an engine out job because the upper oil pan has to be, well, the engine has to be flipped over and you got to take out the pan and reseal everything because the gasket maker that is used, it's unfortunately leaking really badly. So customer sat and waited on it, but now he has let us know that he wants a full refresh, which is called an overhaul. So we are going to overhaul this Audi R8 engine. So we got the bumper off, we got the exhaust off, we got all the brackets and bolts and axle shafts, drive shaft, fuel intake manifold, like literally everything is out. This engine is ready to come out of this car. We're super excited. Stay tuned for the next part of this video. We're going to lift up this engine and then you guys will see us completely disassemble it, reseal it, and then stay tuned for some crazy stuff with the exhaust and tuning. You can't miss it. Guys, this is how good our technicians are. We were trying to film this part of the video of the R8 engine coming out, and as we were preparing the camera, our master techs literally just ripped it out of the car. So in the next part of this video, you guys are gonna see the harness off, the exhaust off, and the transmission off. We'll see you guys shortly with a quick little update. You guys hear all the noise in the background? See, this is why we try to film content, but it's almost impossible because there's so many different things going on at the same time. We got exhaust work, we got the compressor running for other cars. It's very hard to get some peace and quiet like this right now so that we can get some filming for you guys of this wonderful Audi R8 engine that's about to be separated from its transmission.
Nice.
Audi R8 V8 engine separated from its manual transmission. Let's go. Guys, we're having a really interesting moment, just kind of so you guys understand what's going on. Some of the diagrams, they're like not matching because in the factory diagrams you can see that this valve cover for this V8 has like the oil filler cap, but obviously we don't have an oil filler cap, and the reason why is because, as Rusty says, this is a dry sump system, but what they did in some of the diagrams that are really old, from like 2008, it's like 17 years old, they put the RS4 engine into the diagrams of the R8, which is like crazy, because that's not a dry sump system, but this one is. So the diagrams are like reversed.
This is our filler cap. It's part of our oil reservoir for a dry sump system. Like
exactly.
Also, timing is on the tranny side. No way in hell could you ever even look at the timing if it was in the car.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't worry about it too much because
these are held on by RTD anyways. If we're taking the timing cover off anyways, we should check guides, tensioners, chains.
We will. If they're good, they're good.
Yeah.
If they're not good, we change them. But we
And
don't have
we
to.
didn't have any codes
we don't.
or any
Everything will
issues with
still. Everything will still be tight.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
I mean, it doesn't need anything.
Hopefully it'll be tight.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha! Very funny. We're like checking the timing, and he's like, in due time. Oh, you're so fancy. Okay, so we finally made it to the point where the Audi R8 engine is on its cradle. We are gonna continue disassembly of the timing components so that we can eventually flip it over and remove the upper oil pan of where the oil is leaking from. We are getting to the final part of resealing everything and then getting to the reassembly.
Super common oil leak. Of course, this Audi R8 has it as well. From the PCV system and the oil filter housing gaskets, you can see all this dirt and grime build up in the valley. Before I end up taking anything off, I gotta vacuum up everything. We don't want anything getting in the engine, causing any kind of wear, any kind of... Same thing with the valves. These need carbon cleaning badly. Get a good look in there. All that dirt, gunk, and grime. Every single one.
So this part of the video is something that we usually don't post, but it's a very important part of the process of repairs of vehicles. It's actually ordering all the parts. So we've got all the diagrams that we've printed out. We've labeled pretty much as many things as possible that we know we definitely need to order. So we're gonna go through them one by one, part by part number, quantity, and we're gonna put everything into a big list so that we can order exactly what we need, step by step. It doesn't look like a lot, but trust me, it's a lot. So Rusty and I are gonna go over this and get all the parts ordered. Once everything arrives, then we can start the reassembly part of the engine, which is probably the most fun part.
Fun for you. Lower oil pan is off, and we're looking at the oil pump and the upper oil pan. For the post-2007 models, the oil pump needs to, you have to remove the shaft that drives the oil pump, which is held in the back of him. Right behind here, there's a little spring that holds in this hex. I'm sure there was another one. It's for the cooling. A little hex drive shaft that runs it. But to get it out, you have to take it through this side. Something we noticed when we took off the timing was bank 1, all good, life is good. Bank 2 was slightly advanced. So if this is my timing marker TDC, bank 2's TDC was just about here. But both camshafts were off by the same amount, which tells me that it's not necessarily something to do with camshafts, but it might be something to do with this idler circuit. Audi, in their infinite wisdom, said let's make it 4 timing chains. Luckily, not all of them need to be in time. There's a bunch of idle stuff, and like the whole, I guess you can call it like timing accessory circuit, doesn't care about if it's in time, just cares that it's moving with the rest of the engine, which is less of a headache for me. Once we have the spur gear unit out and the oil pump out from the bottom, we can finally take the upper oil pan off, reseal it, put it back together once Costa gets all the seals, of course. Over here.
You
can eat your sandwich. You can eat your sandwich.
You know, that's my dirty every time. Every time he records me, I'm done dirty. The chain guns are gone?
Not all of them. No, not all of them, but
Still chain all of them though, bro.
yeah, we're already here, and that's what it looks like. So, are your hands still full, or what is that?
My hand blood. Well, alright. We're not prepared?
So I don't know if you guys can see. So the guides definitely need to be replaced because they have some wear on them. It's little things like this that are very important to replace, just so that the customer doesn't have problems in the future. So maybe it's because this one's out of time, that one thinks it's out of time instead of this one being out of time.
No, this is direct correlate. Like when the crankshaft was in TDC, this was in timing position. Like it was completely happy. Both of these are out, in front by a little.
Okay, so then so you lock them. We can lock them.
All of it's locked.
We can lock them. We can.
I was gonna say like loosen and retighten, maybe have it because it's not off enough to.
But then, if we're loosening those, I have to get new bolts because those are one-time use.
Yeah, the big ones. So
lots more parts to order. As you go through it step by step, you always find something. But that's a good thing because whenever you need to replace something, it's better to replace it while you're still in here versus having problems down the road. We are finally at the halfway point of the Audi R8 engine rebuild, and we're super excited because this part of the engine where we have the upper oil pan, this was the most significant leak, especially back here. The RTV gasket that was initially done by Audi was leaking really badly. So we no longer have any more disassembly to do. Now we have to clean everything, make sure all the surfaces are just metal. Then we can start doing the reassembly, which is probably the most exciting part. And this is ultimately what the customer wanted us to do. We have been here for just about 2 hours, and we are about to press send to submit the last order for all the bolts and the guide rail tensioners to Audi. So officially, boom, send. Once everything arrives, we can do the assembly. Rusty and I have been at this for
good amount.
a good amount, but we finally made it. And now it is 2:18 p.m. and we must go for a much deserved lunch. We finally received all of the Audi R8 parts, as you guys previously saw, and now we are finally in the assembly stage. We're super excited to do this. As you guys can see, we've received brand new parts from Audi, from the dealership, and we are slowly but surely meticulously assembling everything to OEM spec. We've got the upper oil pan back on, it is now sealed. Then we're gonna do the timing chain guides, the timing chain tensioners, and all the rails. Once we're completed that, we're gonna put this timing cover back on, and slowly but surely you guys will see this go right up into this.
Now you'll see me clean where the O-rings were, and typically that's not necessary, but this car sat for a really long time, and we drained the oil for the first time. You smelled the fuel coming out of it, and fuel does degrade O-rings, and if, maybe it's me being OCD, if there is a little bit in there, I just don't wanna, you know, we have new parts, let's make everything clean, let's do it right.
Ah, the muffler bearing. Yes. Common issue. What?
Look at that. That's crazy. They're all that bad. It's creating life.
We have been waiting for some parts for a very long time. This one nut, we had to wait a week and a half for it. It goes on this shaft right over here. That was very important to get because this is a one-time use. And then one of the really important parts we had to get was this timing chain tensioner. It goes on the bottom of the engine over there beside the oil pump drive. And if we didn't get this, we would not be able to continue with this job. We would have had to wait 6 to 8 weeks for this part to arrive from Audi, but we managed to find it a little bit faster. We got it in only 1 week. We were very lucky.
Time to blast the intake ports finally, because they're gross and gunked up. Pretty much the goal is getting all of the back of the engine together. By the end of today, it should be mated to the transmission, which is super exciting.
Okay, so we have assembled the transmission to the Audi R8 engine, and we have installed our crazy long tube headers. Oxygen sensors are in, all the nuts are in, all of the nuts over there mounting the transmission are in. We're gonna do the wiring harness next. We're gonna continue cleaning the frame. And then once we are done that, we will pretty much be ready to put this engine in the car. We just have a couple of lines over there that are gonna go for the air conditioning system right over there. And then in the next part of the video, you guys will see this engine inside that car. We won't be able to start it yet because there's still a lot of fluids to fill, but we are super excited to get this into there. The wiring harness is on the R8 engine and transmission. We got the intake manifold on. All we gotta do is connect a couple of vacuum lines in the back. Got our AC lines. Pretty much everything is connected. We don't have the spark plugs and coils in yet because we gotta crank the engine. Once it goes inside there, the engine bay is nice and clean. So we are super excited to get the engine in the car. And that's gonna be the next part of this video. So you guys will see the engine go in there. And just like that, with a little bit of movie magic, the Audi R8 engine is in the car. Now we are gonna assemble all of the shafts, all of the piping for the coolant, transmission lines, electrical lines. Gonna fill the fluid for the transmission, fill the engine oil, put the oil sump, fill the coolant, put in the axle shafts, and then we are gonna start this car with open headers. It's gonna sound absolutely crazy. Let's do this. We have put in the transmission fluid. We have put in the clutch fluid, the brake fluid, the coolant, the oil sump tank. We have connected all the lines. power steering, engine control units. Literally everything is now finally assembled. It is completely dark outside. It's almost 12 a.m., but we are finally ready to put in the oil filter into the car. Then we will fill the engine oil. We will connect the battery in the front. We will bleed the clutch. We will crank the car over 5 times to build some oil pressure. Once we are done that, we are gonna install the spark plugs and the coils right down in there. And then we are finally gonna start up this monster R8 with its open headers, and you guys are gonna hear this car scream. It is Labor Day, Monday the 5th, 1:28 or 1:24 a.m. We have just finished this R8. Rusty, come here. We're gonna jump in the car. We're gonna start it up with open headers. We're super excited. It's been a long process, but we are finally here to start the car. It's been crazy. That was crazy. That's sick. That was insane. Oh my God. Okay guys, it looks like the R8 project is finally coming to an end. We're just putting the bumper on. We gotta wash the car. We're gonna go for another quick drive just to make sure everything is good. Thank you all so much for watching this crazy build. We're super excited to have you guys. Thank you all again for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next project.